no sincerity in nuclear talks, including the negotiations before the Israeli strikes. Meanwhile, in the UNGA, Pezeshkian has stated that the wall of mistrust between Iran and the Americans is quite high, and Iran came to the understanding a number of times, but they were never taken seriously by the Americans. Shifting focus to more developments coming in this time from Europe. The Danish police has stated that unidentified drones which were observed over Denmark's biggest military base was a hybrid attack. The mystery drone observations have prompted the closure of several airports across the Scandinavian country since Monday, when the first drones appeared. Now, according to reports, the incident took place yesterday night around 8:15 p.m. that lasted for a few hours, where 2 drones were observed outside the air bases as well. That is not all. In fact, earlier in the day, we had also seen Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pointing fingers at Hungary and accusing the Hungarians of spying and using reconnaissance drones in order to map out crucial infrastructure along the Ukrainian border. This is a charge that the Hungarians have declined. Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Glenn Grant. Thank you, sir, for your patience as we addressed all of these developments. Interestingly, Zelensky has meanwhile also accused Russia of using such reconnaissance drones to conduct incursions in several European countries. We've seen these take place in Poland and Romania earlier, as well as Estonia too. He has stated that Russia might be using tankers as launching pads for these drones, and now Denmark has come out and stated that it is a hybrid attack on their air bases and airports as well. What do you make of this increasing use of hybrid method of warfare in Europe?
Well, first of all, it's not hybrid. It's not hybrid at all. It's direct attacks on over the sovereign airspace of another country. Just because nobody's died yet from these things doesn't make it any less. What I find very strange is that we're hearing from the Danish police, not from the Danish Ministry of Defence and not from NATO, although these are attacks on a NATO country. So NATO should be speaking a bit more loudly. I know that they are going to increase the surveillance around the Baltic Sea, and in fact have started today around the 3 Baltic states. But we're going to see a lot more of this, and sooner or later one of those drones is going to be armed and is going to land somewhere and kill people. So it's just the next stage, and I believe, I haven't confirmed it, that actually drones have been flying over France as well.
Indeed, sir. And interestingly, President Zelensky has also recently described NATO's response to such drone incursions as weak. Now, in this context, in your assessment, is NATO exercising caution or is it strategic restraint?
I think probably a bit of both. I mean, obviously, NATO doesn't want to get into a hot war with Russia unless it really has to. But there's a fine line to be drawn on this. Of you know, at what stage do you take something seriously? I mean, 19 drones into Poland was pretty serious, and you know, and all the other overflights we've had, they're getting serious, and NATO at some stage has actually got to start taking these seriously and do something. Otherwise, Putin will just keep going. You mentioned the other story, which is that the possibly drones coming out of Hungary. This is a bit worrying. Because if they are, I mean, it could just be people in Hungary playing games, but for the range that these flew, it sounds as though they're actually, you know, proper military drones. And if Hungary is starting to take Russia's side on this, then it's symptomatic of something much worse than we've had so far.
Indeed, and speaking about Hungary in fact has responded by saying that Zelensky is quote-unquote losing his mind. What do you make of the language that the Hungarians have used?
Well, the Hungarians have been very aggressive against Ukraine in a whole lot of things, especially sort of the education programs and and history. They're trying to actually to bring up historical examples where Ukraine has done damage to Hungary. And they've been doing this actually for several years, but they haven't actually done anything so overt as flying drones. So, hard language plus drones is something that we haven't seen from a European country or a NATO country so far. So it is worrying.